Welcome back to Lopes Lately, GCU's student-run broadcast with this week's news update.
We've got a great lineup for you today, from the fields to the skies. A new technology is helping officers across campus respond to threats faster.
Plus, students are hitting the runway in one of the biggest fashion shows in the Valley.
And a club on campus is launching their new project to the markets.
Show just how amazing some of our students are, as well as really show how much we can make an impact in today's market.
Good afternoon, Lopes. I'm Kyle Schmidt.
And I'm Olivia Osen, and we are coming to you live from our campus studios in Phoenix, Arizona.
Where, if you look up, you might notice something buzzing around campus. It's a drone, and it's part of a new security effort by the GCU Police.
Reporter Danny Retta shows us how this technology is changing the way officers keep campus safe.
I can get the drone up in less than a minute, and I can establish situational awareness. So when our PD does get there, he already knows where the person is, what the person's wearing.
Before each flight, pilots conduct quick safety checks, inspecting the equipment before deploying the drone and getting it in the air quickly.
The first thing you want to do is you want to go like this to the blades to make sure there's no chips or cracks in them. Then I come back in here, I hop on my DFR, and I fly with my Xbox remote.
The drone's speed is what makes the technology so effective, giving officers the ability to get eyes on the scene in seconds and respond with greater awareness. In situations like this stolen e-bike case, drone footage helps track movement and provides officers with critical information before they arrive on scene. The information can also be shared with outside agencies like the Phoenix Police Department to support their response efforts. With faster response times and expanding capabilities, drones are no longer just a tool. They're becoming a center part of how public safety operates on campus and beyond.
Real-time operation centers and drones are very, they're new and they're extremely impactful. A lot of different city agencies are starting to use real-time crime centers, real-time operation centers, and the feedback has been excellent. So I can only see improvements and more operation centers.
From improving awareness in critical moments to changing how public safety officers engage in emergencies, drones are reshaping public safety on campus. Reporting for Lopes Lately, I'm Danny Retta.
GCU Public Safety is partnering with the Phoenix Police Department as they plan to continue expanding their drone program with more pilots and advanced technology.
This week is Prayer Week at GCU. It's an event called the 24/7 Prayer Movement. The goal is to have unbroken prayer every hour of every day this Holy Week leading up to Easter. The chapel will be set up with stations representing different themes of Holy Week. Students will have access to a guide walking them through each one. There's watercolor art to reflect on God drawing near to us, a place to encounter the cross and the significance of it, a prayer wall, and so much more. GCU professor Evelyn Reset explains how Prayer Week can be a good learning experience for students.
Sometimes these experiences where we actually carve time away can be really sweet with the Lord when we're really intentional about them. But sometimes we're just overwhelmed and we don't necessarily know how. And so this is a step on teaching us how to slow down, to carve out time, and to meditate, and just to be with God.
If you want to find out more about the 24/7 prayer movement, or even be a part of it yourself this week, go to 24-7prayer.com.
March is winding down and taking with it historically high temperatures.
Tatum Fox gives us a look at the first few days of April with the 5-day forecast.
Hey everyone, happy Monday. If you've stepped outside at all today, you probably felt it right away. We're finally getting a bit of a break here in Phoenix after the heat we dealt with last week. I think it's safe to say this is a very welcome change. Last week, those temperatures were really starting to crank up, feeling a lot more like full-on summer way earlier than we'd like. But the good news, that intense desert heat hasn't completely taken over just yet. What we're seeing now is a bit of a reset, a chance to catch our breath before those triple digits become the norm. Let's take a look at the week ahead. Right over here to my left, starting with Monday, we've got a high of 92 degrees and a low of 72, with partly cloudy skies. Now, normally 92 might still sound pretty toasty, but compared to last week, this actually feels like a step in the right direction. Those clouds will help take just a little edge off the sun. Moving into Tuesday, we're cooling down just a little more, high of 90, low of 70, and cloudy skies sticking around. It's one of those days where the sun's kind of hiding out, giving us a break from that intense desert glare. Now by Wednesday, this is where things really start to feel different. A high of 84 degrees and a low of 69 with partly sunny skies. This is the kind of weather that reminds you, okay, maybe summer hasn't fully locked in yet. You might even get away with being outside for a while without feeling completely drained. Thursday keeps that trend going. High of 86, low of 66, and partly sunny once again. These are pretty comfortable numbers for Phoenix, especially this time of year, so definitely something to take advantage of. And then we wrap things up with Friday, which honestly looks like the highlight. A high of 84 degrees and a low of 65, and sunny skies all day long. Just clear, calm, and by our standards, pretty pleasant. So as I step over here, take a look at the full week. You can really see that cooling trend in action. We're dropping out of that early heat wave from last week and settling into something much more manageable. It's a nice reminder that while summer's definitely on the way, it hasn't completely taken over here in the valley. So if you've been waiting for a little window to enjoy the outdoors before the real heat kicks in, this is it. That's your Phoenix forecast, and I'll send it back to you guys.
Students around campus are stepping up to support women in need through a campus clothing drive.
The International Justice Mission Club is collecting donations on Lopes Way this week, with all items going to a local nonprofit that helps women rebuild their lives after crisis situations.
Reporter Melody Hankins is checking in to see how those donations are coming along.
Hi Kyle, it's going great. I'm here at the end of Lopes Way. As you can see, we have a couple of donations, just a little. It is the start of the week, so donations will be coming in. They will be here until April 2nd. I'm here with Mackenzie. Mackenzie, thank you for joining me. Can you tell me a little bit more about today's mission and what you guys are doing?
Yeah, so we're collecting clothing for Identified Addict, which is a nonprofit who's helping women exit human trafficking, drug addiction, as well as domestic violence to really rebuild their lives.
And what kind of clothing items should people donate?
We're looking for business casual, shoes, purses, accessories, really anything that gets women into the workforce, job interviews, modest and clean clothing.
That's great. I see a couple of items over here that looks cute. This pretty little yellow skirt. I would love this, actually. They're going to have a ball with this one. I'm here with Samaria. Samaria, how are you? Thank you for answering my questions. I just want to know, how has your faith been involved in this mission?
I would definitely say that every day I have a call to action from God telling me that this is where I belong, being a part of IGM. I mean, in the fall, I'm going off to law school to pursue my law degree so I can work on anti-trafficking efforts. So this has been just a start for me to educate myself and others on what trafficking looks like in daily life.
That's great. This is happening until April 2nd. I know summer's coming up. I'm getting ready to graduate. I have a bunch of clothes that I need to give away, so make sure you guys give some clothes away as well. I'm Melody Hankins with Lopes Lately.
Several GCU students took to the catwalk. During Art Week in downtown Phoenix, fashion took over and some Lopes stepped into the spotlight. Reporter Kalkinen Meyer has the inside scoop.
During Art Week, the biggest fashion show in Phoenix, House of Patterns, shut down Central Avenue. The fashion show was hosted by model and mentor Shannon Love Phillips. Several GCU students, including Jessica Walters, Blake Wickham, and his brother Shane Wickham, also got the opportunity to showcase their talent, allowing them to walk with some of the top models in Phoenix. The show was Jessica's first time walking in a big fashion show, opening doors to even greater opportunities as she continues to grow in the modeling world. For the brothers, it showed them what they could do together and on their own.
I've got more confidence tonight walking by myself. Just being around all these people, I just feel more confidence, which I really enjoy, and I think it's good for me. Outside of modeling, I feel mature being in a sense like this area. Like walking with my brother, like that's amazing. Walking at the same time, that doesn't happen.
The show raised money to support young aspiring models get access to camps and mentorships.
This is their annual fashion show that they do every year. They shut down on Central. And y'all, this year we actually got to come out of the light rail train. It was beautiful.
House of Patterns will continue to have events in the Phoenix area, bringing style and culture to the Valley.
What an incredible experience. Make sure to keep up with House of Patterns and Phoenix Art Week as they take over Phoenix. I'm Calcadan Meyer, reporting for Lopes Lately.
And if you haven't heard, Calcadan just launched her brand new talk show, Behind the Purple, where she dives into the stories of students and professionals making waves of impact in their industries of interest. You can watch the show on YouTube, where new episodes will drop every Wednesday. The show will join the broader Lopes Lately network in the fall.
GCU is entering the world of Wall Street with a first-of-its-kind stock. Reporter Phoebe Machakos has the story.
GCU is once again making history as they just launched the first ever faith-based exchange trade fund. This was made completely by students as they worked alongside professionals in the industry.
I knew the work that our students had done in the Student Investment Fund and the success that they've had. And I thought, why don't we take their success and turn it into a New York Stock Exchange traded fund?
What started off as a thought turned into a reality as people gathered in the Charles Schwab Center to watch GCU's first ever ETF go live on the stock market.
This is really going to set GCU apart by showcasing just how amazing some of our students can perform research, as well as really show how much we can make an impact in today's market when it comes from a faith-based approach.
So it's built upon the idea of righteous stewardship, and so we've created 4 foundational pillars for this ETF, and it's moral alignment, pro-social good, long-term impact, and then faith-driven.
After months of hard work, FTHB launched, making it the first ever faith-based stock in a world that isn't always aligned with Christ-like values.
I don't think any other ETF on the market is student research. There's some funds at other schools, and we have our own that is very successful. But the fact that we're able to bring that to the public and have anyone invest into it, and then feel good about the investments that they're making, has never been done before.
If you're interested in investing into the stock, the ticker symbol is FTHB. A fun fact about this is it stands for faith-based. Reporting for Lopes Lately, I'm Phoebe Machakos.
From fashion show runways to stocks on Wall Street, GCU students are finding amazing ways to show off their talent.
And it continued with the latest round of sports this week. Braden Hartman joins us now with an update from Lopes Country.
Thanks, guys. Speaking of amazing, after dropping just their second game of the season at Arizona, GCU softball returned to their dominant ways, crushing Utah State in a 3-game series sweep over the weekend. Trinity Martin continued her hot streak by going 5 for 8 with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs throughout the series. And as they say, hitting is contagious. Senior Sydney McCray hit her first career out-of-the-park home run in Game 2. And it did not stop there for the Lopes, as Abby Jones was moving with intense accuracy in the circle, pitching 5 shutout innings with 7 strikeouts. The Lopes will continue Mountain West play at home this weekend with an exciting top-of-the-conference matchup as they host Nevada for a 3-game series. The Lopes are hoping to stay undefeated in the Mountain West. Tossing it to baseball, the Lopes' efforts fell short on the road in Tucson to the University of Arizona. After facing a 5-run deficit in the early innings, the Lopes fought back with a pair of 2-run blasts from Kanan Peary and Trevor Schmidt. Unfortunately, GCU would fail to bring home another run, resulting in a 5-4 loss to the Wildcats. The Lopes then traveled back home to Brazel Field for their Mountain West home opener. GCU faced some adversity prior to their weekend series against San Diego State Friday night, with the team moving on from head coach Greg Wallace, ending his 4-year tenure leading the Lopes. Pitching coach Nathan Bannister will take on the role of interim head coach the rest of the season as the search for a new skipper begins. The Lopes played strong in a 9-3 victory Friday night before dropping the next 2 games this weekend, 12-11 and 7-2. The Lopes will pack their bags and head to Fresno State for a 3-game series against the Bulldogs on Thursday. Switching to the court, women's tennis split their first Mountain West road trip this week with a commanding 4-1 win over the Aggies of Utah State and a 4-2 loss to Air Force. They'd get right back in the win column in a big way, with the Lopes slamming New Mexico 4-1. The Lopes have another busy week of play ahead of them before they'll have time to prepare for the Women's Mountain West Championships on April 22nd. On the other side of the net, men's tennis was handed their first home loss of the season in a gut-wrenching 4-3 defeat in a tiebreak. However, the Lopes would not stay down for long, crushing Arizona Christian 6-1 later that day. Reporter Cade Faust had a chance to talk to the team, pulling in talent from around the world.
The GCU men's tennis team has arrived in the Mountain West, and their season has been marked by one word: winning. They're 16-2, leading the Mountain West in win percentage, and first-year head coach Ross Wilson has a lot to do with that success.
My number one goal was to make sure that we were the most competitive team in the country. And, doing a lot of competitive drills, making sure there's an emphasis on knowing what your game style is and being motivated to win. And every time you go on the court, you're wanting to win for our team.
Coach Wilson's philosophy has propelled the success of Bryce Patu, who's currently 16-3 in singles and has 10 doubles wins with his partner Daniel Jankowski.
Coach Ross helped me a lot this season. He helped me improve my game. I'm playing smarter. I make better decisions on the court and also off the court.
The leadership and connectedness have been on full display. However, this team is fueled the most by their international pride.
There is not one American on the team. Everyone is everyone comes from different cultures, So it's also like a big part of the team.
We go play esports, we play video games, whatever it is, we're always together doing it as a team. So that definitely helps build chemistry on the court.
The community that the men have built with each other is a reflection of the school they love.
Everyone's so supportive of each other, no matter what sport, no matter who it is. Everyone, as soon as you see the Lopes on, you just want us to win, want others to win. So I love the culture here. It's great. I love playing for the Lopes.
I would say this place is a hidden gem. I coached at Notre Dame, I played at Ohio State, I coached at Iowa, some Big Ten schools with a lot of pride. I think GCU matches up really, really well.
This men's team finishes their season with their eyes set on one goal: winning a Mountain West championship. And with not a single senior on this team, the Lopes have the potential to come back even stronger next season. My name's Cade Faust with Lopes Lately.
Thanks, Cade. The Lopes have 3 more matches on the road until they fight for the Mountain West crown at the end of April. Finishing off, GCU swimmer Carter Dooling ended his historic senior season by becoming the first Lope to compete in the NCAA championships since 2019. Congratulations, Cooper. That's all for sports. Look out for more updates as Mountain West play continues. And as always, to stay on top of all things GCU sports, visit gculopes.com. For Lopes Lately Sports, I'm Braden Hartman. Back to you.
There's not much time left in the semester, but one student-run club is hoping to help make connections before we pack up for summer. The Physical and Mental Disability Alliance, known as PAMDA, is hosting an event called PAMDA Express. Organizers say the goal is simple: make sure no one feels like they have to navigate campus alone.
Where you come in and you talk to people and you make friends before the year ends, so you can come into the new year with some people to talk to and some people to hang out with. We're a great group. You do not have to be disabled. We are the Physical and Mental Disability Alliance.
PAMDA Express is taking place on Thursday. For more information on this group, follow them on Instagram at GCU_PAMDA.
TEDx is hosting Arizona's largest conference right here at Global Credit Union Arena on April 10th. And thanks to TEDx GCU, students can snag free tickets. The conference will have 8 speakers from across the country in celebration of its 10th anniversary. GCU's independent and student-run club has been working weekly to bring students a taste of the business world.
We're excited to kind of highlight everything that has led us up to this moment in this year's whole grand event, and it's going to be huge. So basically highlighting something from every single year in some form of every talk that is going to be given. So stay tuned for that. So
you can scan this QR code to get free tickets, or you can visit the website.
GCU's choirs brought showstoppers and rhythm to the stage with their latest performance of Broadway, opera, and all that jazz.
Let's take a look at the performance that puts student talent front and center.
The majority of the selections are selections that really feature who the students are, that matches their personality, the sort of music they really love to sing, and in that sense, it really presents some of the best of the best.
I think one thing that I really like about this concert is that we always are working as a team, but in this concert especially, you're getting to see the individual parts of the team through the solo work, through the duet work, through the group numbers that we have that feature a barbershop quartet or something from a Broadway musical. So it's fun to get to see kind of the individual pieces that make up the whole team as a collective.
I think it gives them a lot of background for later when they graduate, especially if they're going to be teachers. teaching choir or general music. It gives them a broader range of music to work on with their kids.
Their next concert is April 17th. When I was in high school, they tried to recruit me. They tried to recruit me to choir.
Did they really? I would love to see that.
No, you wouldn't.
I was actually at this event, and they looked like they were having a lot of fun, so maybe you want to reconsider joining.
No.
If you're looking for another musical event, a local theater is making it easy for students to enjoy a night out.
Reporter Rashay Hatch is in Peoria with the details.
Here at Arizona Broadway Theater, you can enjoy dinner and a show at a discount for college students, which we always love to hear. Currently taking the stage is Pretty Woman, based on the iconic film. The musical follows the story of Edward and Vivian, played by Jamie Parnell and Sophie Rapayko. Known for high-energy musical numbers, glamorous costumes, and a modern twist, this production is drawing in both longtime fans of the film and first-time theater goers.
The dancing is amazing, the costumes are amazing, the story is classic. It's the unconventional Cinderella story with a little bit more romance, a little bit more spice.
It's just fun. It's really bright and snappy and funny. It's super energetic dancing. There are still moments of emotion and depth, of course, but you leave feeling really happy.
And for students looking for a night out, this theater offers a special student discount. Student rush tickets are available for every main stage performance for just $25, purchased 30 minutes before showtime with a valid student ID. Arizona Broadway Theater is about a 30-minute drive from campus and a perfect date spot or night out with your friends. This show runs through April 19th. For dates and times, you can check out azbroadway.org. Reporting in Peoria for Lopes Lately, I'm Rashay Hatch.
As we head into Holy Week, many are getting ready for Easter, whether that's going to church or spending some time with the family. For me, my church in Tempe's got a really cool event. It's called Encounter the Cross, so I'm going to go check it out on Thursday.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
What about you?
You know, I will definitely be going to church services. I also, growing up, my mom would make us Easter baskets. And so now that I'm at college, I might have to go buy some candy myself. We went around campus to ask, what's your favorite Easter tradition?
My favorite Easter tradition is finding the golden egg with $50 in it.
I love Good Friday. A Good Friday service is wonderful.
Just getting to read about the resurrection in the Bible firsthand, go to church, and then do an Easter egg hunt and brunch or lunch with my family.
My favorite Easter tradition is the Passover meal.
Yeah, with my family when we go to Mexico.
Spending the day reflecting on the Lord and on his sacrifice.
Getting brunch with the family after church.
We every time we have an Easter egg hunt, whoever gets the most gets the big chocolate bunny, so I like winning that.
One year we got baskets after church and got to open them. That was nice.
Eating dinner with my family.
Well, it has been a busy week here on campus for all of us, but keep going as the semester is almost over.
And have a great Easter, Lopes. I'm Kyle Schmidt.
I'm Olivia Osen, and this is Lopes Lately.